Hey Mohan, hey everyone.
Hey, good morning, Yusuf. Good morning, Amitabh. Apologies. There is some confusion in the link actually. My sincere apologies to each one of you. Sorry.
No problem. So this is the permanent link, right?
Yeah, this is for this batch's link actually. Whatever you guys received, in fact, there is some confusion from my end. My sincere apologies to each one of you. Sorry to keep you on waiting.
No problem.
Uh, Good morning, guys. Let's start. Yesterday, we had the discussion with reference to the access controls, how your application is included, and all those things, right? Now, and a few navigations also. Now, let me log on to the application. Let me share my screen in the first place. Can you please confirm if you are able to view my screen?
I can do. I
Yeah.
can see.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. So this is the user ID, Casey.Brown. We can use any one of these actually. Either I logged on to this ESEV instance now. This is the one, ESEV, okay. And either we can use fin underscore IMPL or maybe Casey Brown also. Casey Brown is an administrator basically. Administrator means he got the rights for all the roles, responsibilities and everything. And we are typing the password. Yeah. Okay. Now, if we see here, these are all the modules or work areas available for each one of the users. Say, for example, KC Brown, there is a general accounting module is available. Okay? Here, just I'm giving an example. Now, how KC Brown got the access to this thing? Okay. Here, what is the combination is a user plus a role plus context. Context, I mean, this context might be changing from area to area, but this is the combination, in fact. Say here, Brown. And he is, say, for example, now, general accounting. Manager. Okay. And for which ledger basically? Why? Because general accounting or general ledger is based on the ledger. Okay. So this combination need to be defined in the system. That is where you will be having the access to work on the application. Okay. This is called access control. It is similar to your any getting entry into an office or into an auditorium or any kind of event where exclusively people will be granted access, in fact. Okay. In the same similar manner into the application also, by default, nobody will be having the access, even including your administrator also. Administrator will be provided with an access from the Oracle. After that, say, for example, now Yusuf is a implementation consultant. Pooja is an implementation consultant. All these implementation consultants will be provided with a role called application implementation consultant. Then only they would be able to access the configuration related aspects. Okay. Then similarly, one has to define or create a user in the system or create a role in the system. Okay. Or maybe to do any of these security aspects, they need to be having a role called IT security manager. IT security manager. Now, we have seen yesterday this discussion especially. Is this, yeah. Mohan is data entry operator. Yusuf is a supervisor, and Pooja is a manager or a department head of the department. Okay. Like this, if you see each one of them, their job roles are different. He is a say clerk. Okay. And say Yusuf is a manager. Maybe Pooja is a CFO. Okay. Like this, each one of their the nature or the way they work in an organization differs actually. This is true. Somebody might be a manager, somebody might be an administrator, somebody might be a section in charge, somebody might be a section head or maybe department head. These things need to be defined in the system. This particular entity, we call it as a role actually. Okay, this role, and by default, we call it as a job role. And within the job role, we will be having various duty roles as well. Let me give an example here. Say there is a GL manager is there. One GL manager, I have two GL managers in my organization. GL manager 1 and GL manager. One GL manager is completely in charge of closing the books. Means he has to oversee all the accounting is done, all the transactions have been recorded, everything is adjusted, accounted, all aspects of all operations of the finance department. He has to ensure. The second GL manager, he is responsible for the reporting and MIS. The second gentleman, he need not require any kind of entry or any kind of approval specifically. This gentleman will consume the information. Once this closing is done, then he starts his analysis. He takes the reports from the system and he starts analyzing and he disseminates the information to the various stakeholders in an organization. Okay. So this thing will be replicated in our system. In fact, let me take you, that is where our entire implementation starts actually, or even the way we work, in fact. Okay. And during your functioning on the application or even configuring the application, we frequently visit to this work area called tools. Okay, this is on the main carousel or even from the navigator also on the top left. If you scroll down a bit, here it is the tools system. Okay, there are plenty of tools up there. We will be visiting from time to time. This reports and analytics. This is an area where you can see the reports. During the process of our operations or maybe configurations or maybe information taking from the system, it can be anything. We perform all those things through this scheduled process. Any user mostly visiting this area, okay, the scheduled processes. It might be a program, it might be a report, it might be a process, it can be anything. All those activities are carried out or taking the output or running a report, everything, it can be through this scheduled processes, this icon, if you see. Okay. Then there is a security console is there. Now let me go inside the security console. Okay. Now if you see, this is roles, users, and there are few other aspects. let me navigate onto the users part. Okay, here, say, let's type KC. Let's use this magnifying glass to query this guy's record. Okay. Now, the moment I gave KC, it brought me all cases. Okay, but here my requirement is to visit this particular gentleman's user details, that is kc.brown or kc brown. Okay. Now here, if you see, this is the information, the header level information. What is the first name, last name, what the user ID, and email address, account information, whether it is active or locked. It should be active and it should not be locked. Okay, and there is some password expiration date. This is a security policy they have provided here. Yes, Yusuf, go ahead.
Yeah. So with this access, you have the implementation consultant access or and administrator access.
This, in order to get the IT security console, you need to have this role, IT security manager.
Yeah. So the one that you're using now is for KC Brown, right?
Yeah, a KC Brown got all the access, in fact.
So it has all the access.
Yes.
Yeah. So the role that you are using now is the IT security manager or the administrator now.
It can be an IT security manager, it can be an application implementation consultant. Everything we have given to KC Brown here. All the roles here, if you see here, plenty of roles are provided to KC Brown. Okay, here, if you see here, he's an IT security manager.
Yeah,
he's a GL manager. Okay, if I go here a bit up, there is an application implementation consultant also. Okay. Yeah, so for each one of the users like this, depending on the way they function in an organization, we provide these roles, in fact. Okay, is it clear?
But as a consultant, the first time that I want to implement and start my configurations for the client, so what's the first role that Oracle will give me? Is it IT security manager or it's like Fusion consultant?
This is the role, application implementation consultant.
Okay, you answered my question. Thank you.
Yeah. And once application implementation consultant role is assigned, a couple of things will happen. What are they? The first thing is that if I click on this, navigate to this picture, right? Settings and actions, a user will be having the access to the setup and maintenance where we can configure the application. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Now here, like the details also we will see associated worker information. Worker is KC Brown, and these are the HR details basically. Job administrator, his manager. And in cloud applications, you specifically need not define all these things in the system in some cases. In some cases means what I mean to say is, say there is a stream called human capital management, HCM. Okay, like financials, HCM is also one of the application offerings basically. In HCM, we deal with the employee person related all aspects, human resources. There, if we define an employee, that employee automatically will be replicated as a user also. Okay. And that user, we can keep starting the assigning the roles, in fact. That's how it works. Otherwise, say if Yusuf is going to be a consultant, but he is not an employee. In that case, Yusuf record need to be created here. Okay. Then say, let me navigate to the roles part also. Here, say general accountant. Say first 3 letters I am typing here. Say general accountant here. Okay. If I go inside, you can see general accountant, financial analyst, functional setup user, general management. All these duty roles are there. Okay. And within the each duty role, the lowest level is privilege basically. Privilege is the lowest level job actually. Say manage general activities, manage inquiry and reporting activities. This is the lowest level task actually. And by default, application provides you at least three roles for each area. Means whatever the here, say for example, we have discussed data entry, then manager, then head of the department. Like this, there are at least three roles are defined for each of the area. And these are the standard roles, in fact, but one can create their own roles which suits to the specific organization. Okay, here it will give you a little description and what is the code and name. And this is how we can see, even if we want, if we can see it in the graphical representation also, the same information. If I hover my mouse, right, it will give you the role actually. Because this is the main role and this is a privilege. Privilege is the lowest level hanging role actually. Okay. You see, this is a legend, predefined role, and this is a privilege. Even we can change this view also. Say this is now as it looks like a flap. Now we can make it as a this kind of branches as well. Okay.
So Mohan, when if we give the general accountant role to the user, so he will get the all this access.
Yes, all the privileges he will get to enter the JV, then correct the JV, then post the JV, all the functional, whatever is required as a general. There are few predefined roles are provided with the standard application. Okay. So user every time need not go and create a new rule for himself. The moment they start logging onto the application, they can assign this role to a specific user and start using. Is it clear how it works actually? Yes, no. Amitabh, Sunil, Pooja, Tarani.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this is where your entire journey starts. In fact, say you are positioned as a consultant on an implementation project. So somebody has to provide you the access in the first place. A user need to be created in the name of the say Sunil.Naidu or Sunil Naidu. One user need to be created and he should be provided with the say application implementation consultant and or any IT security manager role so that they can start working on the application. Okay. And for implementing the application, these two roles are sufficient. But in order to work on a specific work area, say GL account manager, we need to give the specific context also. This context is for which ledger he is going to work this day. Okay. So this is called access control or data access control. We have these roles, we have these privileges, and once user and roles are assigned, then we provide the access, data access through the data access controls. It is similar. The concept is that a user or a consultant will be provided with the access on the need basis. Basically, say if you are a GL user or maybe a consultant, GL consultant, for those areas only, you will be provided with the access cases for a specific lecture. Or say someone is payables clerk or payables manager. They will be provided with the payables area only. Okay. These roles signify the specific areas, basically, maybe an AP manager. Okay.
Can we modify the privilege for one role?
Can you repeat your question, please?
Yeah. Can we modify the privilege for one role? Let's say that AP clerk, I wanna by default has the like set privileges and be predefined, but I wanna remove one of the privileges from him or from her.
Yeah, what you can do from the standard roles, you cannot remove anything. What you can do, say yours is just a
Copy.
specific, what you can do, say here there is one copy role is there.
Okay.
Okay, I can go
and then assign that role to that specific person. Yeah. Okay.
yes. Okay, here I can go inside, say for example, copy the top role and inherited roles here. Just I'm going here. If you see here, there is this guided carousel is available. Okay, one can go inside the each one of this by clicking onto the next, actually say role name, role code name. Okay, and say click on next. Here, if you see, there are privileges are there, the lowest level. Say, for example, you do not want this particular privilege. Okay, just mark that row and click on this delete, this one.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, like this, we can give the or we can define or we can design the roles specific what do you call for a specific requirement, in fact. Okay, if you see this particular thing got enabled, in fact we can go and delete it. Okay, now let me click on cancel. Okay, then navigating back to the home page. As a user or as a what do you call functionality, say for example, if I am going to the say period close, I want to show you how your entire application is being arranged, in fact, how flexible it is. So here, the period close area, I got the access for the US primary ledger. Okay. And in this area, the screen is showing different boards actually. One is period close, a close status, outstanding subledger transactions, then translation status, the intercompany period status, like this. Each one of them is a dashboard basically. Means, say for example, now Pooja is the manager or she's the department head. My apologies if I'm taking somebody's name, no other intention, just for the demo purposes only. If you have any objection, please let me know. I'll use in another way. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So here one can come and they can view the status, in fact, what is happening. All these information, they are updated real time. Whenever there is some processing happens, they will get updated. These are called the dashboards, in fact. Okay. Then let me go to another area. Yeah, this is the on the extreme right side, this particular area, rectangle with few horizontal lines, right? This is called a task pane. And these are all the tasks, in fact. Say manage accounting periods, close monitor. Then in the multi-currency section, there is a revalue balances, translate balances. Each one of them is called a task. Okay, whatever you do on the application, it is being called as a task, T-A-S-K. Okay, and where you will find the tasks basically, as a user, you will find the area in the task pane. If you are going to be a implementation consultant, okay, in that case, what will happen? I'm opening the same page in another browser by right clicking on that particular URL thing, and here in the duplicate tab. Okay, the same thing, it will application is available in another tab as well. Let me navigate to setup and maintenance through the settings and actions. Click on setup and maintenance. Okay, if you see here, each area wise configuration related tasks are available. Okay, here we have seen the user related tasks. This is configuration related tasks actually. Okay. This is the difference in between the tasks, but everything is basically called as a task only. Okay. Now again, let me click on the task pane home page. Say, for example, let me navigate to journals. This dashboard, whatever here now we are seeing as the default view, this dashboard is quite flexible. In fact, I mean, or what I mean to say flexible is, let me show you. Say by default, this page is opened with this particular column headings. Okay, now say I want to move this entire section to this site. Okay, and say this is a general batch, and say this accounting period, I want to bring it here. And say there is something, whatever it is. And here, say, for example, you want to sort out based on the date, basically. Say this is sort ascending. Okay, now it started with the 24, 25 like this, or if you want to make it as descending, you can do so. Depending on the requirement, you can sort this data. Okay, not only that, there may be cases where you can have some fields add or remove. Say, for example, I do not want to have this, say, journal batch name. Say, for example, I can remove this column altogether. Okay, now it's not there. Okay, like this, you can slice and dice the entire data actually. Okay, there are various options are available when a user wants to view. Again, one more option is, say, for example, here now we removed. Again, if I want to add it back, I can add it back. And otherwise, if you want to all the columns, you click simply on the show all. Everything is available. Okay. Then here, if you see, there is another icon, export to Excel. If anything you do not know, don't worry. Or everybody cannot remember everything also. So simply just hover the mouse onto that particular icon. It will tell you export to Excel. Say, for example, I am here. I'm clicking on the export. My data got exported. This entire table got exported into this particular Excel. And on my laptop, it is being downloaded onto the downloads file actually. Okay. It may be differ to another folder depending on the way your laptop is organized or your system is organized. But yes, this is the this is how your what do you call data you can export. In fact, debit, credit issue. Generally, accountants are very much familiar with the Excel sheets. In fact, okay. Then you can filter also. Say, for example, this is a query by example. I can filter. The moment I add it, it become blue. I want to see only a May related records here. So simply what I'll do 025 on this empty box. If I click enter, right, system will fetch me only May related details here. Okay, this is like a kind of query, specific query actually. Okay. Then if I want to see this entire table in a bigger size, yeah, you can extend the view in fact. So detached table, it is available here. If I want to make it in a small thing or like this, yes, you can do so. Say, let me switch off this query mode now. Okay, even you can freeze this table like this. It does not go anywhere up and down and movement. So remove it. So these are the various options are available. In fact, even you can refresh this page. Yeah, this is a very useful feature. I would say the how your data can be arranged, how we can view various things on the application. Okay. Now again, let me go back to the task pane here. wherever we find create means it's creating a new record here. Say now I am navigating to create journal. Okay. Here we can create a new journal here. Okay, by entering a journal batch and all those things. Please remember one thing. At any form or any page level, if we are finding a field with a single asterisk, it is a mandatory field. And there are certain places, say for example, here accounting period is mandatory, ledger is mandatory, accounting date is mandatory, okay, and account is mandatory. These are all mandatory fields. Wherever there is a single asterisk mark is there, means one has to provide this information. If you take in this particular form, since it is mandatory, if user is going to miss it out, system will not allow them to proceed further. So hence some defaults are provided through the configurations. Basically, we will see how it works out. Okay, let me click on cancel here. Say again, I'm navigating back to task pane. If you see this manage in the functionality, it is a query screen basically. Wherever you are finding manage in the operations area, it is a query screen. Means query means if I want to deal with any kind of query, right? I can, I need to see frequently, not only creating the data, in most of the cases we query for the data also. Okay. Here what I'll do, by default, it opens with a search criteria. These are the default fields in fact. Here one point I want to bring it to your notice, there are two asterisk marks are there. One, journal, journal batch, accounting period, and batch status. These are the four fields which are provided with the two asterisk marks. What does it mean? Among these fields, wherever we are finding two asterisk marks, one of them is mandatory, not all. One of them is mandatory. Say, for example, here accounting period 825. Already it has been provided, actually, default value. If you click on search, system will fetch all the journal entries created in the period of 825. It has brought all these records actually. Okay. Now again, let me go back to this search area. Say these fields are not sufficient to you. You want to add some more fields. If you see here, there is one add fields is there. Okay, in the bottom here. Say you can add any field here, basically say ledger. So ledger had come up. Say accounting period. Accounting period. So already it is there. Let me remove it. Let me add one more here. Say balance type, say for example. It depends. Say Pooja requires certain kind of fields. Maybe Sunil requires certain kinds of fields. Maybe Mohan requires certain kind of fields. So depending on the requirement, they can arrange these fields and they can save this basic view also. Okay, if you see, this is called a saved search actually. As per each one of the requirements, they can personalize this screen. These fields, right, they will be available with all the attributes, whatever is there on the application basically. Okay, so this is a very, very versatile query criteria. Okay, they can add any of these things in. Okay, if you do not want to need these things, simply click on this remove button here or cross. Okay, it will be again available with the default things in fact. And again here from here also we can export into an Excel. If you want to create a new record, you can create a new journal area also. Okay. Any questions, team? Are we good?
Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah. Others also, can you please, if you have any questions, please let me know. I know this is new concept and new area and new screens, right? Even if you are not able to understand something, please stop me and ask the question. Do not hesitate. Okay. If there is any
Yeah.
doubt, please get it clarified immediately. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a question here, please. When you say self-search, is this, can you define the type of that self-search, or when you say self-search, is only for the managing the view?
It's only for managing the view only. You cannot, this is an application functionality which is being used for the searching criteria, and it is quite versatile. You need not define anything new in fact. Okay. This is a view already provided with so much flexibility in fact. Okay.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Because in NetSuite, when I do self-search, NetSuite is something like it's a huge thing that you can access the data. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. Here also it is the same case, and this is quite useful in fact. Say for example, if I want to go and look into the columns here, say general control total, or if you want to see all the columns here.
Yeah, this is kind of displaying the results, right?
Yes, displaying the results here. We can filter, you can detach, you can export, you can anything you can do on these things. Even say for example, even I go on to this journal entry. If I want to reverse this batch, I can do it. In fact, I can reverse a journal, or I can reverse a journal batch, anything. Okay. Oh, quite flexible and what do you call? It's easy to operate. In fact, user friendly. Okay. So let me click on done. This is another way of what do you call, accessing most of the information from the application. Then here, if I go to this home page, okay, and there is one others area is there. This is one area depending on the roles and maybe the way each user work, right? They may be having the setup and maintenance, and there is a reporting center, is the financial reporting center. Say for example, let me navigate to this reporting center. Okay. All the frequently accessible reports, one can find it here. In fact, say for example, this is the USA balance sheet. Okay. These reports will be available readily on hand in various formats. Let me take you through few formats also. So that if you see here, it is building in real time. In fact, this information is captured in the real time here. This processing, just let it come.
One question.
Yes, please.
Is in the starting how you told us there is a, if we need to give the roles, so there is a implementation IT console role is needed, and for configuration and maintenance there is a application maintenance, something like that role is required.
Application implementation consultant role. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So like that uh, is there a way anything we can find if we need a procurement screen or a receipt screen?
Yes.
So which is role is required for this particular screen or that particular action?
Yeah.
So
It's a good question. In fact, I'll tell you. So roles, by default, application is provided with some roles actually. The roles like GL accountant, GL analyst, GL manager. Okay. Similarly, payables supervisor, payables clerk, payables manager, payables supervisor. Like this, there are roles are at least in from each module, 3 roles are provided. Okay, they are standard roles. In fact, means they are shipped along with the standard product. One can go and directly start assigning those roles and they can start using it. Okay. Now, how I will identify which role is shipped with along with the standard product is its code starts with ORA. Okay, ORA_GL like this. Okay, just 1 second. Just 1 second. Apologies, guys. I'm back. Yeah. Wherever this ORA is there, right? They are the standard roles, in fact. Means application provided. Let me show you where we can find it also. Say, let me navigate back to the tools and security console. Here, tools, security console. Okay. Here, role, general accountant. I give 3 letters, automatically it will pull up all the roles. Here, if you see, wherever there is this code, say general accountant, it is starting with ORA. Okay, ORA_GL_general_accountant_job. Is it visible to all? Are you able to view this?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the standard roles provided by the application. Wherever this code is starting with ORA, they are the shipped roles or standard roles which are being provided by the application. Okay, there are few these roles also list is there. Maybe let me try to pull it out and I can give you at least for financials what are the standard roles are available. Okay.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, sure. Then let me come back to this report. If you see here, this is one report, in fact, okay, balance sheet report. It's been designed through a tool called Financial Reporting Studio. Okay, I maybe I'll define one forest report also. I'll show you. You can see this is HTML view is there, PDF view is there, export to Excel, and in query based mode also, Word export you can do. You can even export to PowerPoint. Any of these things are there. And here, the good thing is a user can drill down from here to this particular balances. Say, for example, here cash and cash equivalent is there. Something like 516,079 something. Okay. I can click on this particular underlink. It will take me to the account inspector or detail balances. In fact, say for example, let me navigate to detail balances. It will take me to that particular page or particular journal batch where I can find the journals from where this balance, this entire balance has been built up. In fact, if you see, okay, this functionality, we call it as a drill down functionality. Okay. Even once you reach this page, right, I can click on this account for the particular period. If I click on this period activity, it will take me to this particular journal batch and journal. Say, click on this again, journal. It will take me to the basic journal entry here, if you see. This functionality, we call it as drill down functionality. Why this is required is, say you are entering a payables invoice in the system and an accounting entry is created. And as a GL manager, when you are doing some analysis, you want to visit the particular transaction. Okay. From this, using this functionality, one can go up to the source, actually, the single source of truth. Okay, here in this case, it is journal voucher. But in other cases, it may be a payables invoice also. Here, what I mean to say, from this report, especially this reporting studio reports, we can navigate up to the base source actually. Okay, this is one of the reports, the view. Okay, another kind of report is, say, for example, global revenues is one kind of reporting information. If I click here, it will give you a beautiful diagrammatic representation or a graphical representation. This is called a sunburst report. There. Now it has been coming in the tabular format. If you see, the change has been from previous year to this year, or maybe actual to forecast, there is a 2.1% increase. There is a 0.5% decrease is there. This is a tabular view. If we want to view it in a diagrammatic representation or a graphical representation, just we can look in as a sunburst view also. Sunburst view means, let me show you once it comes. Yeah. Here if you see the global revenues with the different areas, increase, decrease, or this is something change is there. Okay. If I move over my mouse to each one of the areas, it will show the respective details, in fact. Okay, if your top management or any presentation, if you are doing, it is easy to relate actually instead of showing it as a table, basically. Okay. Say again, if I go back to view as a table, this is the way. But if I want to show it as a tabular graphical view, yes, this is how we can see also. Okay. Then let me click on done. That is one thing. And here, this is another format, in fact. Let me click on the first one. Okay, here if you see, it is comparing the balances completely over a period of time. Even you can query your information from here itself also. Okay, say for example, this is here we want to start the report from the somewhere 2024, say for example. Quarter one. This is, yeah. Okay, it will start from the first to 0124. Okay. Like this, in the real time, you can start using the information on the query basis actually. Okay, this is one of the options. Reporting criteria basically. Then let me go to the reporting transactional business reporting basically. Say for example, open workspace. This is a tool provided this, we call it as OTBI. Let it come.
So this is EPM or OTPI?
This is it landed into the EPM. Let me go back to the OTBI. Just one second. Tools, let me say general accounting, say journals. Navigate to task pane. One second. Let's navigate through one of the subledgers. So payables. So invoices. Okay. Here, if you see this icon, reports and analytics. Okay. And let me navigate to this particular browse catalog. Okay. Now here, let's create an analysis on the fly. Okay. Let me click on this analysis. The moment I click on analysis, right, this select subject area table gets populated here. Let it come. It takes little time. Okay. Here, there are various subject areas are there. Subject area means it's a kind of table belong to the respective area, but you need not know or have any kind of technical skills actually. Just simply by looking at the name, you can understand. Say, for example, I want to see journals real time. Say, click here. Okay. Now here, what I can do, say a journal batch is there. I want to pull out, say, journal batch name. Here, I can pull the column like this. It will be available. And let me go to the.
So you're simply building a report, right?
Yes, simply I'm building a report. In fact, say for example,
Based on your requirements or other stakeholders'
yes,
requirements.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Accounting date, say for example here. Let me drag it a bit. You can view the names clearly. Okay, here I'm building a simple report actually. Say ledger name. Okay, and say ledger currency. Okay, and here let me go to the journal lines. Within the journal lines, let me take the journal. I want to have the account also, complete account for completions. For example, concatenated segments means each of the segments that will show you. Here, journal line details. Let's go there. So, accounting date. Then add the amounts also here. Journal line amounts. The date. The date. Interchange them, I can do so. And let's add a period also. Yeah, so that accounting, let's just journal batch details created. I'm looking for a period name actually. Period type, posting status.
Can we use the search button in the icon that we can type
we can use also. Here just why I'm hovering around is just to show you the various details. That is only objective. Okay. Say I have chosen these particular fields. Here again, further what we can do, we can filtering on criteria. Say for example, I want to look for only US primary ledgers. Say for example, my ledger name is US primary. This is my requirement. Okay. And maybe accounting period. When this also let's filter, say it is in between, say for example, or will be too much. I'll give 2 to 3 months basically. Continue losses 0 to 20. Say okay. Okay. Just these are the two filtering criteria. And maybe source also let's give it. Journal accounted debit, accounted credit, source we have not chosen. Okay, fine. Let's click on results. Okay. No results further specified. Okay, let me change the query criteria. 1 second. Let's remove this thing. Here, just it is taking little time. Why? Because I'm pulling out, and but the purpose is, or the objective of this entire process is to show you this analysis. In fact, a user can build their own analysis or reports like this as and when required. They can export, or they can say, for example, formatted into these particular formats: PDF, Excel, PowerPoint, or other thing, or it can be the data format also, tab delimited or XML, whatever may be the case here. Okay. But they got this kind of capability where a user on the fly, they can go and create their own analysis, and they can save it and they can use it as and when required also. Okay, these criteria, all these things can be changed. Okay, this is one of the good reporting tools. This is called an OTBI, or Oracle Transactional Business Intelligence reporting capability. Yeah.
Where is the navigation for this screen?
This is, say, for example, now go to the home page. From any subledger or GL, you can go. Okay, say now I went to payables, invoices. Within the invoices, you have this reports and analytics system. This is one way. The another way is go to this navigator. And here, if I scroll down a bit, if you see in the tools, right, there is one reports and analytics system. I can navigate from here also. This lands me into this reports and analytics. You can navigate to this browse catalog. Okay, here it is the same window. You can find it.
And while in creating reports, can we give the parameters? Means while run the report, it will ask the what is the parameters, so like that.
Even that kind of reports also can be created, and it is called a BI publisher report. It's a bit advanced topic. In fact. Okay. Just this is to show you the reporting capability. In fact, this is one of the analysis they can create and they can use. Any questions, guys? Mitab, Pooja, Tarani, Sunil, Yusuf, any specific clarifications, any questions you want to ask, please go ahead. I'll stop the session here today. Yeah, we can discuss anything further if you want to specifically discuss.
Yeah, I have a question. Can we have an access to the folder where we save the Excel sheets, and then we can copy and paste the link for the ERB Fusion?
I couldn't get you. Can you tell me the exact context, Yusuf?
Yesterday you told us you want us to practice on daily basis, like for 1 hour. So I don't know how to access this instance. Like I don't have the link and I don't have the username.
Okay. I got your point. So you are looking for the access for this particular sheet actually to have this instance details, right?
Yeah, if you don't mind, please.
Yeah. You need to complete the formalities, Yusuf.
Oh, okay. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah. So after the third day, maybe after the third session, we can have, right?
Even today also, if you connect with our team, admin team, definitely once the formalities are completed, they will be providing the access to all these things. In fact, this instance space as well as this particular folder where you can have all the recordings stored. In fact, let me show you that. Say for our batch, I'm uploading these recordings actually. Okay, on a daily basis, I'll keep on updating these recordings. When this
for how long we have access for this one after we complete the formalities?
It is available, Yusuf. Definitely, you should be able to access. Yes, it's available. There isn't. I never heard somebody is not able to access even after 5 months or 4 months.
Yeah, because sometimes in such trainings, I'd like to review some stuffs while I'm working. So it's gonna be a good reference for us.
It should be available. It should be available. No
awesome.
problem.
And last question for today, and then you get rid of me. Sorry for that.
No worries. Go ahead.
Is there any syllabus that we're gonna follow? Like for example, so we're gonna start with this one, and then we're gonna move to the implementation.
Yeah. I told you yesterday, as I told you, first we will be looking into the functionality. Say, for example, tomorrow I'll start the general ledger. Okay. Or general accounting. This is the basic foundation, basically.
Okay.
Within the general accounting, I'll be showing you the functionality. Then we will be going into the configuration related aspects. Okay, without knowing the functionality, it would be difficult to relate it to the whatever we are configuring in fact. So that's how we do.
Yeah, that's great. And I would like to apologize from everyone if I'm asking a lot, but I'm just trying to clarify some stuff.
No worries. That's fine. That's fine. Absolutely. I appreciate it to get it clarified, to have the questions, in fact. No worries. You need not be feel for that. Definitely you are allowed and your questions are welcome, Yusuf. Definitely, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Team, anybody else? Any other questions? Karani, yeah, go ahead.
So whatever you have shown today, that will be part of our job. When we have started job, we will use the run report.
Yes, Tarani, exactly. Exactly,
okay.
yes.
Because this is really new. I don't know.
No, that's fine. That's fine. No worries. That's fine. It is the way we perform our job actually. These are the screens, in fact, the users they use on a daily basis. If you are going to be a consultant, we will be going into the setup and maintenance, and we will look into the configuration related aspects.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
One more thing I need to ask is after this course, we are getting the certificate. Is that a training course like that, or is there any sample certificate we can give?
Sample certificate. Can you please check with our admin team,
Okay.
Sunil? Yeah.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Maybe you can check with them. Definitely. I'm not aware of that information. I never. This is the first time I'm hearing this question. You can check with our admin team. No problem.
Okay. Means after this course, is there any exam or anything will we get,
No,
or
Sunil.
directly we can get?
No exam. Actually, that is the point I told you the other day.
Hmm.
Please spend time on the application. The
Yeah.
knowledge is important, in fact.
Yes.
Why? Because if you're not spending time on the whatever the available infrastructure or this discussion forum, right? It is the most valuable thing. My availability, others' availability, so that we will be discussing. Each one of your questions might be helping others as well. Okay. So that entire that time investment, whatever you are going to make, right? That is the real gain. Certification, just you can check whatever the certificate they're providing. Uh, Check with the admin team. Should not be a problem.
Yes. Sure, sure.
Yeah. Anything else, team? Okay. If,
Oh, yeah, I
yeah,
have.
yeah. Yes,
So
please go
these
ahead.
two are demo classes. So tomorrow onwards, we will start the real session. Is it right?
Yeah, we started. You can consider in that way. No problem. Uh,
Okay.
we will be starting.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else, ladies and gentlemen?
Not.
Oh, okay, then fine. I'm winding up the session here. Please get in touch with the admin team or the team members with whom you have contacted earlier, so that we can take it forward from there to complete the formalities. Yeah. Okay, then I'm stopping the session here. Let's catch up tomorrow at the same time, 7 a.m. India time.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.